Hello and welcome to RCGC Today. I'm your host, Diane Carbonetta. To start today's show off, we have with us Associate Professor and Computer Graphic Arts Program Coordinator, Mary Malanconico, and one of her students, Matthew Borginis. They're here to tell us about Rowan College at Gloucester County's award-winning Computer Graphic Arts program. Thank you both so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
So first of all, Mary, I would like to start off by congratulating you. Universities.com has recently ranked RCGC as the #1 college in New Jersey for computer graphics. As coordinator of that program, what would you say sets it apart from the rest?
I think what sets it apart is the relationships that we form with our students. We have a core group of adjunct faculty along with myself who get to know the students, and we lead them through the 2 years that they're with us or longer. And we really get to know them. We know their strengths and weaknesses. We know how to push them and how to make them grow.
Now, Rowan College at Gloucester County has 2 different tracks for CGA students.
Correct.
Could you tell us about those options and the kind of career opportunities they could lead to?
Sure. The 2 programs are the print design program, which is primarily focused on designing for newspapers, magazines, print ads, billboards, and auxiliary print material. The students focus on using Adobe InDesign, Adobe Illustrator, Adobe Photoshop, and some electronic functions such as some web design software, because everything is really for the web now. And then our game design program is focused on creating applications for mobile devices, tablets, and game systems.
And what kind of options exist for your students who want to go on and transfer to complete their 4-year degree?
Well, the majority of our students will kind of go, I think there's 2 tracks that they can take. Many of our students go off into the workplace with an associate's degree in computer graphics. There are many entry-level job opportunities for them to go out and work. And we have a lot of students who are in the county working in professional print shops and in web design companies or game design organizations. But then we also have partnerships with other 4-year colleges for our students to go on and finish their bachelor's degree. Our primary partner is with Wilmington University, and they accept up to 70 credits of our students' classwork. The program is actually physically located on the RCGC campus, so students can literally stay in Gloucester County and complete their 4-year degree. They can also take classes online with Wilmington, and they can also take classes on the main campus down at Wilmington in Newcastle County. We also have partnerships with other schools throughout the state. I have many students who are at the College of New Jersey, at Rutgers, at Camden, at Stockton, and then we also then have students who go off to University Arts in Philadelphia. I have a couple of students who are at the Temple art program, and I have 2 students from last year who are up in New York as well.
Now, in today's workforce, clearly you can't underestimate the importance of real-world experience. Could you tell us a little bit about some of the opportunities that you've cultivated to allow students to build their portfolio as they prepare to graduate?
Sure. When I first started here at the college, I think it was about 18 years ago, the tagline for the college was learning for real life. And our students, when I first took over, I was responsible for coming up with our marketing program for the Computer Graphic Arts program. And I asked the students to help me out on that. And one of the students just said we should have our tagline be designed for real life. And we've kept that, even though the college has moved on to other taglines, we've kept that. So the Computer Graphic Arts program, we believe that we're teaching design for real life. And that incorporates real life programs. For example, in our labs, we use the latest technology. We use the latest Creative Cloud software from Adobe. And for our project development, instead of just having them do some random project, we have specific projects that have come from the real world, because myself and our adjuncts are also, in addition to being a professor, I'm also a designer. I bring in those experiences. There's also been opportunities where we have been approached by outside community organizations to do design work for those organizations. One of the first things we designed when I got here, we designed a t-shirt for a juvenile diabetes team who was going to be doing a juvenile diabetes fundraising walk here in the county. Our program has designed the Rowan College Gala invitations for many, many years. And then recently we were approached by the Office of Consumer Affairs to do a placemat for the senior citizens in the county.
Now, speaking of that project, Matthew, you recently made a rather impressive addition to your own portfolio when Professor Malanconico partnered with the Gloucester County Board of Chosen Freeholders to offer that design contest. Could you tell us a little bit about that contest and your winning design?
So the contest was to design an informative placemat to let senior citizens know about all the scams going around New Jersey that target them specifically. So false IRS scams, something called a grandparent scam, and things of that nature. And so when the Gloucester County Division of Consumer Affairs came in and they wanted to talk about it, they gave us an entire layout of what they wanted. So they originally told us like a 5-column layout and things like that. And then they told us to go and design. So I took what they wanted and changed it a little bit into what I felt would be the best.
Now, you weren't only challenged to create a placemat that met all of these established criteria, you also had to present your work in front of all of your classmates and a panel of judges. What was that part of the experience like?
I was very nervous the entire time. I mean, a little less nervous than I am right now, but still really nervous. But it was a really safe space. Professor Mary was there, and I was with all my fellow students, and it really wasn't that bad of an experience.
And what would you say that you learned by participating in this contest?
A lot of things. So I learned how to research specifically for a target audience, so it was senior citizens. It helped me with public speaking. I mean, I'm here doing this now. And, it taught me how to interact with a real client. So I'm going back and forth with the director, and we're making changes to the placemat. And it, gave me this real world experience that I'm very lucky that I've been able to do.
Well, I'm sure Professor Malanconico would agree that this is only the beginning of your success as you progress within your field.
I hope so.
And after all you both told us, it's not hard to understand why Rowan College at Gloucester County's CGA program has been ranked #1 in New Jersey. Thank you both so much for stopping by to tell us about it.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
We'll be back in a moment with more RCGC Today.
Discover your future at Rowan College at Gloucester County's Spring Open House. Learn about the college's new tuition-saving 3+1 and Rowan Choice partnerships. Visit rcgc.edu/open house.
When Caitlin first started this program, I was helping her write all of her papers. I was helping her do her homework. She was very unsure of herself, and resulted in a few meltdowns. I can't do it. I can't do it.
The beginning of the semester last year, it was very difficult because I was a new student, and my teachers pushed me to become the person I should be, and I thought it was very hard, but now, this year, I'm a different person and a good leader, and I'm really proud of myself.
The correct answer is H. Caitlin had the correct answer.
For the future, I think that the ACT program has really prepared her to be able to be employable and to mature and live on her own. The program has afforded her the independence that I never expected to see. I have learned to let go and let her be independent. A couple of years ago, if you had asked me that question, I don't know if I would have had the same answer, but I really feel that there is a future and that she will achieve the goals that she set out, and the ACT program has put her on the right path.
Does anyone else have anything different? I wanted to be a teacher, and I wanted to be in a good college, and I was scared. I thought there wasn't going to be a college for special ed, but I know there was an ACT, so I'm glad I got to be in this program and a college to help me prepare for the future.
Well, my son Liam has been going here for about 1.5 years, and he saw all his friends going to college, and he was like, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? And I figured, hey, I saw this program come up, and I heard lots of wonderful things about it, so I enrolled him, and here he is today, loving it.
I volunteer at the police.
The reason I like being out here is because,
I just want to become like a mature adult so I can be more like my dad and my brother, so I could, like, you know, spend my money getting a real job. You know what I'm saying, right?
My favorite presentation this year, I learned how to be positive in life, and we had to read the chapters and putting in a PowerPoint, and it really taught me a lot how to be a good person and not put myself down. The answer is
They've given her the confidence to do things that she otherwise would not have done, otherwise would not have challenged herself to do or thought that she was capable of doing. And they've taught me to back off and allow her to do that.
We're a house of men, so we're a little bit sloppy, so we never really made our beds, but he came home with this idea that he should make his bed every day. So now he makes his bed every day, and it got to a point where I'm like, oh, I feel embarrassed now because he makes his bed, I don't make my bed, so now I make my bed every day. He's very, very neat now. Like, he cleans up after himself, he puts everything into the dishwasher it's supposed to be. The latest and the greatest now is he does the laundry, and when I tell all my friends and family, I'm like, yeah, well, Liam does the laundry in the house. They're like, nobody believes me. I'm like, well, it's true. So job sampling is just kind of like a volunteer thing to see if he likes doing it or not doing it. So he started the library about 1.5 years ago, and absolutely enjoys it. It's very right up his alley. Now he's doing the 2 job sampling. He's working at the ShopRite in Washington Township, and he seems to enjoy that as well. So I think it's a great program.
Some of my responsibilities in my job are checking the bathrooms to make sure it's stocked, and on Fridays I bus, and then on Saturdays and Sundays I host.
Tyler came in as a volunteer from Rowan College, and from the first day he got here, we already knew that we were going to hire him because he's such a sweetheart. He's great with the customers love him. He's very entertaining. He sings and dances all day long, and he's been a great addition to our restaurant. He makes everybody happy.
I get to interact with the customers. They're not just the customers, they're more like friends. I love my job and I love working here.
We love the students, and I think that other restaurants or businesses would love it as well. They're a great addition to the restaurant.
As far as the future, I mean, it's endless, right? He's looking for that, that job, that responsibility, make his own money to buy his own things. So he's well on his way.
I hope I could face the challenge of becoming a better adult.
Step by step.
For the parents
okay. And
who
what else do we
are
do?
thinking of putting their children in this program, trust the teachers here. Trust your child. Back off a little bit. Let them grow up. Let them spread their wings. It's unbelievable what they're capable of. We spend so much time protecting them that we forget to allow them to grow and to learn and to make mistakes. Mistakes are okay. It's okay because that's what they learn from. They learn from those mistakes, and that's what helps them grow.
Good. Anybody else have anything different?
If you do want your child to be more independent and become more, mature, I mean, this is the place to do it. I mean, I think all the staff and the administration, that's been absolutely incredible, and and they make everything easy for you.
If you want your child to be independent, you have to let them be independent. And I think that was the biggest challenge, was me letting go and letting her grow up.
Joining us next is Alice Smith, Employment Specialist and Supervisor at Rowan College at Gloucester County's Adult Center for Transition. She's here to tell us about a program that's offering local young people with disabilities the chance at a brighter future. Thank you so much for joining us today, Alice.
Thank you for having me.
We're pleased you could be here. I wanted to start out by asking you for just a little bit of background on what the Adult Center for Transition is and what you do.
The Adult Center for Transition is a post-secondary program that prepares young adults with disabilities the opportunity to become independent, contributing members of society.
Now, the center has an interesting event coming up called a reverse job fair. Could you tell us about how that's different from a traditional job fair and just who you would encourage to attend?
Sure. Our reverse job fair is going to take place on April 20th this year in the cafeteria at Rowan campus. A reverse job fair is unique. It's a trendy kind of job fair. It's where the students prepare their booth while the employers walk around to speak to qualified candidates.
So it really gives the students a chance to meet the employers and kind of sell their own skill set.
Exactly.
It sounds like a pretty innovative concept. Is there anything else over at the Adult Center for Transition that you're doing just a little bit differently?
Absolutely. We started a business information session. We started this last month. Our guest speaker was Kathy Hyde, the Vice President of Human Resources at South Jersey Federal Credit Union. This month we're going to have Tom Dolgus from Home Depot come out and speak to our students to let them know what jobs are available at these locations to see if they spark any interest for the students.
Now, I understand that a number of the center's students are actually receiving job training experiences at Rowan College at Gloucester County. Can you tell us about some of the different roles that they fill?
Yes, certainly. Many of the departments here at Rowan College have graciously opened their doors and allowed our students to come in and gain valuable work experience. Some of those departments are financial aid, the facilities department, human resources, and student services. Some of our students have performed so well at job sampling that they now are paid employees at RCGC.
Now, you've mentioned job sampling. Can you tell us a little bit about what that is, what it looks like?
Sure. This is where the student goes out to a couple different businesses and gains hands-on work experience with the assistance of a job coach.
So, Alice, are there students receiving job placements off of RCGC's campus?
Yes, they are. There are many businesses that we partner with that open their doors and allow our students to come in and job sample. Some of those places are ShopRite Botino's, Jefferson Health, South Jersey Federal Credit Union, Nifty 50s. The students go out to job sample, and some of them have performed so well that the businesses have hired them.
And what would you say to a local business that's considering bringing on an ACT student?
I ask them to enhance and diversify their workplace and to hire qualified candidates.
And how can people find out more if they want to contact the Adult Center for Transition, participate in the reverse job fair, or even a local business that wants to volunteer to come out and talk a little bit about what they do?
We invite anyone who wants more information to visit our website or call us or email us at the following places.
Well, it sounds like the Adult Center for Transition offers the perfect combination of resources and support to help young people down the path to a rewarding career. Thank you so much for stopping by to tell us about it.
Thank you for having me.
We'll be back in a moment with more RCGC Today.
Make Rowan Choice your first choice for an affordable residential college experience. You'll enjoy the privileges of a 4-year university at a fraction of the cost. Live on Rowan University's Glassboro campus while attending classes through Rowan College at Gloucester County. You'll pay the university's price for room and board while gaining full campus access, including facilities and student activities. All freshman students can enroll for 1 or 2 years with tuition and fees assessed at the community college rate. Rowan Choice makes academic achievement affordable.
Discover your future at Rowan College at Gloucester County's Spring Open House. Learn about the college's new tuition-saving 3+1 and Rowan Choice partnerships. Visit rcgc.edu/open house.
Welcome back to RCGC Today. Joining us next is the Center for People in Transition's Director, Nancy Howard. She's here to tell us about an invaluable community resource located at Rowan College at Gloucester County. Thank you so much for joining us today, Nancy.
Thank you for inviting me.
Oh, we're pleased you could be here. So I wanted to start out by asking you to tell us just a little bit about the Center for People in Transition and who they stand ready to help.
The Center for People in Transition is one of 15 displaced homemaker centers in the state of New Jersey. And they are there to help people who are separating, divorcing, who've recently become widowed, and whatever the situation is, they've lost their major source of income and need some assistance to become self-sufficient.
Now, you've just mentioned a number of different scenarios that often come upon you with very little warning, and those kind of challenges can leave you feeling confused and kind of traumatized, especially if you feel like you're facing them alone. Can you tell us a little bit about the services that the center offers that can help?
There are two avenues. One is if you meet that criteria of being separated, divorced, or widowed, we can meet with you one-on-one. Because you're exactly right, it is a crisis situation, and the people need a little bit more support than some others. So we can meet and talk about, get a good understanding of what their situation is, and assess what their needs are, and then help them in many different areas. The second is if people in the community need some of the resources we have to offer. We offer workshops on an ongoing basis on the same types of subjects that we meet with women one-on-one. So we may be able to address their needs in a workshop basis.
Now, is there a cost associated with these services?
It's virtually free, almost everything we do. We do offer computer workshops, Microsoft Office, introductory, intermediate, and advanced. And those workshops, we do have to charge a small fee. It is only $40 for a displaced homemaker, and given that it's a 40-hour workshop, that's $1 an hour. And if you're not a displaced homemaker, you're still welcome to participate in the workshop, and then we charge $100. So quite a bargain given the skills that you will have when you finish the course.
Now, you've mentioned some of your technology-based workshops, but I wanted to talk a little bit about some of the other topics that you cover.
Most of the people that come to us are having some issues because of the crisis they just experienced. So oftentimes they perceive that they have certain barriers that other people don't have. So we do have workshops on emotional, psychological types of issues. It might be things like self-esteem. It might be divorce recovery, bereavement, letting go of a past lifestyle. And the big one is our workforce development type workshops. We have workshops on how to create a strong resume, how to conduct yourself in the interview process, how to conduct yourself once you've gotten that job, how to conduct your job search. That certainly has changed a lot in recent years. So that is a very big focus on what we do at our center.
Now, when somebody contacts the Center for People in Transition, what can they expect to happen next?
Most people contact us by telephone, and the person that answers will ask just a very simple questions just to make sure you do fit into the program that we offer. And there's going to be a one-on-one meeting. You're going to be asked to make an appointment to come in to meet with me or someone else on our staff to get a good picture of who you are and what your situation is. Oftentimes people call because they know I need a job, or I just lost my husband and I don't know what to do. So there's one specific thing, one specific reason why they think they're calling us, but usually there's more. And we may have other services that would help them, support them, and get them back on their feet.
So it's really a fully customized, almost
Very
counseling
much so.
situation.
Yeah.
Now, it must be very rewarding for you to get to see a client successfully transition into a new chapter of their life. Are there any stories you might be able to share that could offer hope to others?
Yes, and not only hope but understanding. There's a certain thinking of what an office job is, but that has changed so much in recent years. I was working with a woman who was recently divorced. She had been staying at home with her children. She had 2 elementary school-aged children, and she had the idea that she wanted to work in a school office. So we worked with her on her resume and some other things, and she started attending our advanced workshop, which dealt with Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and Access. She completed the workshop, she started applying for jobs in school districts throughout South Jersey, and she got 7 interviews and 2 second interviews. Part of the second interview and those types of jobs are testing. She had to take a typing test, she had to type a letter, create a trifold brochure from the information that was contained in the letter, create a PowerPoint presentation based on the information that was in the letter, do a mail merge. And she told us afterwards that because of the workshop she had completed, not only could she do it successfully, but she felt confident when she was going through that. She got 2 job offers, chose the one closest to her home, and a follow-up a year later, she's doing very well and is very happy there.
What a beautiful testimonial. Clearly, the Center for People in Transition is an outstanding resource for anyone who's going through a trying time. Thank you so much for stopping by to share with our viewers everything that you have to offer there.
Thank you, Diane.
We'll be back in a moment with more RCGC Today.
Discover your future at Rowan College at Gloucester County's Spring Open House. Learn about the college's new tuition-saving 3+1 and Rowan Choice partnerships. Visit rcgc.edu/open house.
Welcome back to RCGC Today. We're going to go now to the Roadrunner Spotlight, hosted by Rowan College at Gloucester County radio, television, and film major, Haley Watson.
Hi, I'm Haley Watson, and you're watching Roadrunner Spotlight. Today we're here with Raquel Harris-Scott. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. She plays on the women's basketball team here at RCGC. So what's it like to be part of the Roadrunner basketball team here?
It's really amazing, honestly. Like, I learned so much within these 2 years. It's a really great program to be a part of. So
yeah, I always hear that it's a good opportunity.
Yeah.
So how has the season been so far, and what's your team's long-term goals for the end of the season?
Our season has actually been really, really good. We hit a rough patch once this year, but we overcame it. Our goal for the season is just to make it to nationals and get a banner up there for us, honestly.
Of course, yeah. All right, so now your dad, Rob Scott, he is the men's basketball assistant coach here, and he played for the national championship team at Rowan University in 1996, right?
Yep.
So how has that affected your decision to play basketball?
Honestly, when I was a kid, I wasn't really into it as much, but once I started to get older and started to be around it more, I was like, you know what, I should try it. And then once I tried it, I just fell in love with it. And he actually played a big part in that because he taught me things about it that made me succeed in it. So
yeah, I'd imagine he's a really great role model for you.
Yeah, he is.
That's really cool to have someone here. So what was the transition from high school to college basketball like for you?
It really wasn't that hard. It's just the speed. In high school, everything goes slow. It's not a shot clock. But once I got here, it was faster and with the shot clock and everything. So it honestly wasn't that hard, but of course it was a difference with the pace of the game.
It's just a little different, yeah.
Yeah, a lot more people know how to actually play. Like, it's not like a couple of people that are good.
Yeah.
Like, most of the team's good, so.
That's great. All right, so one last question. So tell us a little bit about your relationship with the coaches that you have here.
I have a good relationship with them. It feels more like family. In high school it wasn't really like that, but once I got here, it really felt like family. I feel like I can tell him anything or them anything, so yeah.
All right, that's great. The women's basketball team has enjoyed a great season, and thank you for being here with us, Raquel.
No problem.
And make sure to follow us on social media at RCGC Athletics.
Discover your future at Rowan College at Gloucester County's Spring Open House. Learn about the college's new tuition-saving 3+1 and Rowan Choice partnerships. Visit rcgc.edu/open house.
That's all for this episode of RCGC Today. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll leave you with a rendition of the Philadelphia Eagles fight song performed by members of Rowan College at Gloucester County's Unified Sports Program.
1, 2,